Hi, we're going to take a look today at lesson 722, the answers. And we're going to begin where we left off yesterday. And as we are looking at the bottom of the first page of our assignment, it says simplify or solve each of the following expressions. And I am going to go ahead and use our keep, change, flip to make this second fraction the reciprocal of the second fraction in our original problem. And then I'm going to go ahead and multiply straight across. 5 times 12 is 60. 6 times 5 is 30. I can reduce that down to 6 over 3. And I can simplify that. 6 divided by 3 is equal to 2. Again, remember, if you need to stop and replay anything, you have that flexibility and freedom now. Make sure you use that as one of your tools so that you can deepen your understanding of what's happening in math and work for more accuracy and precision. This next problem, letter C, is also 5/6. We keep that. We change division to multiplication. We change 3/12 to its reciprocal, which would be 12/3 by flipping that. Multiply straight across again. 5 times 12 is 60. And 6 times 3 is 18. Kind of a hard one to change into a mixed number, but I know that 18 is close to 20. So if I think about how close that is to 20, I could think, what times 20 is 60? I'm going to go with 3. And over here, I'm just going to do some quick math. 18 times 3 is 54. Then we go 3, that's 24, and then that's, carry the 2, and we have 54. If I think about 54 and I compare it to 60, I know that I need to count up 6 more to get to number 60. I can also simplify that or reduce it a little bit further. My 3 stays the same. And I know that 6 and 18 share a factor, the number 6. So I can reduce that down to 1/3, 3 1/3. If you simply want to keep it as the fraction that we got at the beginning, I am fine with that for this assignment. All right, let's take a look at page 2. Page 2, yesterday, if you watched the video, you know that I got you all set up for a large part of this set of problems at the top. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to multiply straight across 14. 3 times 2 is 6. And I can leave it like this if you wish, or I can reduce this or simplify it down to 7 on top of 3. I did that by dividing the top and bottom both by the number 2 or splitting them in half. And then I know that there are 2 whole groups of 3 in the number 7. If I take 2 whole groups of 3 out of 7, that is going to leave me with 1 left over. So my answer there would be 2 1/3. My next problem, I changed my decimal into a fraction, which is easy to do. If I read this 5 2/10, I can either write it as a decimal or I can write it like I did right here. And 5 2/10 plus 7/10 is going to give me 5 9/10. I can write it as a mixed number with a fraction, or I can write it as a number that has a decimal place. 5 9/10 can be written as a decimal or as a mixed number. All right, now we're going to go ahead and we are going to solve these problems down in the middle of our page. Multiplying straight across, I have 1 times 8 is 8. 8 times 1 is 8. Next one, 3 times 4 is 12. 4 times 3 is 12. I'm noticing some pattern happening here. I'm sure you noticed it yesterday when you did your assignment or when you did it earlier today. This one, 2 times 3 is 6, and 3 times 2 is 6. Now, we have one more problem to do, and this one, some of you will remember that when Mrs. Mennes-Coon sees a whole number, she likes to rewrite it as a fraction. And when we write this as a fraction, we don't change the value, we just change the way it looks when I put it over 1. 7 times 1 is 7. 1 times 7 is 7. Now, every single one of these fractions that I just got as my answers has something very similar in common with the others. All of the numerators and denominators are the same. And when that is the case, I can think of this as a division problem. 8 divided by 8 equals 1. 12 divided by 12 equals 1. 6 divided by 6 equals 1. And 7 divided by 7 equals 1. So what do they have in common? They all equal 1. Again, remember, you can go ahead and stop and rewind at any time. You can replay any of this video to help you make a little bit more sense of things if I went too fast for you. Thanks for coming along this journey of finding our answers together and making sure we're accurate and precise. I'll see you next time.